Kia ora, good morning. So I just heard back from my friend that I did the reading for. I must have woken her up when I sent her the message because she said she woke up and she read the reading, and now she's going back to sleep because she is in Colorado. She's still in Colorado, so she's about 8 hours behind. But if you look on the thumbnail, I'll also put the original message like in a post. So you can see it, and I'll put the link in the description box. She said I was spot on. Now, I have to explain, if you have a look on the screenshot, you're going to see I left her a voice message. You'll see a bit of the link to the video, and then you'll see a voice message. And what I said to her in the voice message was, because if I let you listen to the voice message, I don't want to give her identity away. So what I said to her was, I keep thinking about that Diego thing. And I said, from now on, I'm going to call her future man Diego, because in the dream I had, before I woke up and saw her message asking for a reading, I had a dream where I was having a dinner party and I was placing place names on the table. I'd set the table out and I was putting place names to put everyone's names on the cards to where they were meant to sit, and then I was counting them all out to make sure that I'd gotten everyone's names and had enough seats and all that sort of thing. And I said to her, the guy that was at the dinner party who came with Elon Musk, who was his brother, his name was Diego, and he kept making the point of saying his name. He said his name 3 times. And in the dream, there were these strippers, and he was throwing like wads of cash at these strippers. And I was getting really pissed off with him because it was like I knew he was there for me. I knew he wanted me. I knew he was there because he fancied me. But here he was throwing all this money at these strippers that had somehow turned up in the living room of this house that wasn't mine, yada blah. And I was explaining to her that in the dream, what I think it was meaning was that this guy that called himself Diego is connected to the same kind of line of work that Elon Musk does. So I said it's either to do with like surveillance, or I said, like how the whole Doge thing, I said, so he either works for the government or the military, because they're the two kind of lines of work that Elon Musk is in, with Doge for the government and with his AI and that for the military. So I said I said, because in the dream, when I was calling out these strippers, he was picking them up and removing them from the house, like he was waiting for me to call out which ones needed to be removed, and then he was removing them. So I was explaining to her in this message, he might have something to do with undercover. He might do undercover work, but it might be undercover to do with things like, the CIA, FBI, anything where he sees. I said, like, for example, if he's a cop and he goes undercover for sex work, he might have to arrest like young girls, like young people and that. I said, but whatever it is that he does, he has a very strong moral and ethical standing, and the work that he does, he's doing it to keep his country safe. Like, I mean, I didn't say that, but I said, whatever it is he does, because I know she's going to, I'll link her in on this message, so I'm explaining more to her. She said when she wakes back up, she's going to contact me again, but so pop it. This is what I'm trying to explain more. He has a very strong moral standing. Remember when I was talking about his parents and how he was raised? They're hardworking, blue-collar people, and they've raised someone to care about his country and to do the right thing by his country. He has very strong morals and ethics. And what I was explaining to her in this message was that whatever it is he does, it's in line with his morals and ethics, but it affects him in his way because he's dealing with people who are immoral and unethical. And so when he goes off into nature, because what I did was I looked up a map of Colorado and then I looked up a map of San Diego, because I said, I'm not saying definitely, but I said he keeps saying his name was Diego, so he could be from San Diego. Or he has a connection to San Diego. I said, but I'm not saying that's definitely what it is, but he was insisting that he tell his name, he say the name Diego 3 times. So I said to her, that has to mean something, but I looked up a map of Colorado and there's like Colorado Springs, there is like bodies of water there that he could escape to. And if you have a look in her message, she said it was a friend who validated what she was feeling, that she intuitively knew something was going on, but because she loved him, I'm paraphrasing, obviously, you can read the message yourself. She was ignoring her intuition. She knew something wasn't right. And her friend validated her claims. Her friends validated what she was feeling. So I was right. She said I was dead on. And then she said, Elon Musk's brother lives in Colorado. So I'm not saying she's going to end up with Elon Musk's brother, but it's just... It's interesting. I didn't know he lived in Colorado, but it means that she's still in Colorado. And the Diego, I don't know, is there like I don't know. I don't know. We're going to know when she meets him, but the friend validated everything she was feeling. But knowing her, and she'll validate this, I know she will, because I've known her for so long, she would have stayed with him. She would have put up with it, because Scorpios do. We don't like to walk away from relationships. We don't like to give up. It's painful for us to have to detach from people that we love. So it sounds like she was staying around, ignoring the red flags, but when she started seeing the flags were there, doubting yourself, because see, that's what narcissists do. That's what gaslighting is. They make you feel like what you're thinking and what you're feeling, what you're picking up on intuitively is wrong. They abuse you with how right you are by trying to convince you they're wrong, but you're wrong. So it becomes very confusing. They mess with your mental and emotional health. When they know you've figured them out, the first thing they do is turn that around on you, and then do the whole, I can't believe you're doing this to me after everything, like all that sort of thing, after everything, like I put up with all this shit, you know, but you don't know what I have to put up with, and they turn it round on you. And that's exactly what he was doing. I saw it. I saw it. It was right there in the cards. And then it turns out her friend did validate. And then I've come along and validated it as well. So hopefully now she can put all of that to bed, because she's been given double confirmation of what she was thinking, and, that I'm doing the right thing by walking away. So this Diego thing and Elon Musk's brother connection to Colorado, she's going to meet him in Colorado. She's from Massachusetts originally. The lady the girl that I'm reading for, or lady, I say girl because she's just young. To me, she's young. She's a lot younger than me. She's from Massachusetts. She moved to Colorado for school. So she's going to meet him in Colorado. I can't wait to find out what this Diego connection is. So, oh, wait. Oh, nah. I was going to say, because I met her through someone who was living in New York at the time, who then moved. No, it wasn't San Diego. It was, it was. San Diego's where I went to stay with her friend who introduced me to her. So is he from California, I wonder? Or is he someone... she already knows through a mutual friend. I'm going to have to, when you're listening to this, girl, I'm just throwing it all out there because I know that you like it when I feed you potentials and possibilities. So, he might have a connection to do with San Diego, or you might meet him through our mutual friend. Remember how I met you through the same person who now lives in, well, it was San Diego when I went to stay there. Or, I don't, yeah, okay, so he could be from San Diego. I can't remember. San Diego is where she lives, eh? Is that where I went to stay? I can't remember. Narcissistic abuse, eh? Short-term memory loss. It's a bugger. It was San Diego I stayed. And it was San something. I know I stayed in the oldest house. The first house ever built there is where I stayed. I'm pretty sure that was San Diego, right on the beach, where they had like the pier and the palm trees, and I'm pretty sure that was San Diego where I stayed. Anyway, San Diego. So, well, he could be from San Diego, has a connection to San Diego. Diego's got some connection with him, either by name, by area, by his job. Like, just say hypothetically speaking, he works for Diego Security or something. I don't know, but he made sure he said his name 3 times, so there's a connection to Diego. Now, I just threw it out there and thought, let's have a look at San Diego, because I wanted to see if there were lakes in that out there. There's like rivers and all of that. So, because I know wherever it is that he goes to escape for his quiet time, there's water, which is why I looked on the map to see if there were lakes in that in Colorado. And then I thought, is it San Diego? Does he go home to his parents? Do they have like a holiday home in San Diego or something around water? So I was having a look. So just remember what I'm saying, girl. So it could also mean, because of remember who I met you through, don't they live out that way? Because I'm sure that's where I stayed. San Diego, it was San something, I'm going to have a look in a second. It was San something or other, San Diego, California or something. It could also mean that you're going to meet him through a mutual friend. Like, you and him know the same person. Maybe even connected to the one who's in San Diego, if I've remembered that right. Or he could be someone you already know or know of, or because I'm just trying to put it all out there what this Diego connection would be. So, yeah. So it's either connected to, Diego is either connected to his job. It could be like a family name. It could be a mutual connection. It could be the holiday home. It could be where he's from, where his parents are. So we'll put a lot of pins in Diego, but as I said in the message, I'm going to call him Diego from now on. And then when you meet him, we'll know. Then we'll finally, after all these years, get the bloody answer. But I know that I'm so happy that the reading confirmed everything, because now you can like burn it all down and start from the beginning. Start again. Brand new, reborn, Phoenix rising, which is so Scorpio. Phoenix, by the way, the Phoenix is the first totem a Scorpio was born with, because we rule resurrection, we rule regeneration. We thrive on tower moments when we have to burn things down to build it back up. That's when we step into our power. So So yeah, the phoenix is the first totem all Scorpios are born with. It's why we're so resilient. Yeah, so now you know. So this is validation for everything that you were feeling and ignoring, because I know you. You would have never have left. You would have stuck with them. You would have stuck with it and stuck it out, hoping that things would change, because that's what happens when you're a victim of narcissistic abuse. We stick around hoping they'll change, thinking we can change them, thinking over time, once they grow up, once they grow into themselves, they'll change. But they never do. And then after 10, 15, 20 years, like in my case, you end up having to find out that it's actually domestic abuse, by which time they do so much damage to you, you end up with a cortisol spike and have short-term memory loss. Oh, but I'm working on it, because I'm taking all this, like I'm fixing all of that now, and my memory's getting so much better. I just can't remember. Where's that place in California? It's San Marino. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So I'll send you this link to your WhatsApp, and yeah, when you've woken up and you've read this, then yeah, message me and we'll talk and we'll try and figure the rest out. But I'm so glad. Thank you for asking me to do the reading for a start, because like, I just thought, oh, I'll just use my cards, because it looks like my dream was telling me that I need to do this with a card reading. Because I was laying out the cards with the names on it, and then I was counting the cards out, and this is what I'm saying to her in the little voice message. I was going 1, 2, 3, 4, and counting out the cards, and then when I laid the cards out, you'll see that I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I used my finger, because that's what I was doing in the dream. So when I woke up and I saw that she'd left a message to say, could I do a quick reading? I thought, well, I don't really do readings anymore. But then I got up and I was making a coffee, and I thought, well, my dream, the cards, like maybe the dreams, maybe I was being told God was saying, do a reading for her using the cards. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't done card readings like over 2 decades. Like it's been over 2 decades since I've done a card reading. And I was thinking, can I do it? Can I do it? And I thought, what if I don't pick up anything? And then I thought, well, record it. And then, like, you know, because like it's all trial and error. If I'm teaching younglings, you know, young kids and that, how to, over the age of 16, how to, you know, open their pineal gland and connect to atom and the conscious universe, like you use playing cards. So, you know, if I make a mistake, at least I'm teaching the kids, like, you know, get back up on the horse, yada blah. Because I lead by example. And I thought, right, whew. So then I hit live, and then you saw the reading. And I'm so glad I did, because now it's brought her peace of mind. It's given her confirmation that she dodged a massive bullet, because she would have stayed. She would have been ignoring her intuition and stayed. And then her friend confirmed everything she said, and then I've come along and said as well. So I've just saved someone from a lifetime of domestic abuse, which is why God would have made me had the dream. So then the reward for her listening and for coming to me, trusting her instinct, trusting her intuition, and doing the right thing by removing herself from a potentially abusive relationship, her reward is God fed her the cue, Diego. Because we've spent years trying to figure this out, like who she ends up with. Years. So he's given her a reward by saying he's got some connection to the name or the place or the word Diego. And he made sure I said it 3 times too. He made sure he said his name 3 times, like, and he was looking straight at me when he said his name, Diego. Diego. Looking right at me, which means When you listen to this, girl, do you know what that means? Because he was insistent that I remembered his name, because he said it 3 times, the power of 3, which means he's ready to find you too. He's looking for love too. He's looking for you too. He's looking for you in his dreams. Because if you were asleep when I did that reading and he's in Colorado, he would have been asleep too. So he's looking for his true love as well. And he would have come to me in his sleep to say, can you let my future wife know, Diego, the name or the word or place Diego is going to be how she finds me. So God's rewarding you with that little, oh my God, that's just so romantical. I can't wait for you to find him now. As soon as I think I've met someone, what is it, Diego? Is he from Diego? Where's the connection to Diego? I'll be on it, you now. So let's just see, because like this is one huge leap forward for you as a reward from the universe and your ancestors for listening to your intuition. The rewards will come because you listened and you've been saved. And you finally stopped ignoring all the red flags and you chose you. You put you first. And the reward was that God gave you a clue as to who he's going to be. I mean, we knew most of it right up until the point of him saying Diego. So there we go. So now we have to know. Like when you meet him, we're going to know. Just don't look for him. And because you need to keep, because you're a smart girl, you're a Scorpio. You're training and background and all that. You have a type, but who you end up with goes against type. But you need to remind yourself that the reason why you've never had successful relationships in the past is because you keep going back to the same type. So change your type. Don't have expectations. He's literally, you're going to like walk into each other almost. He's going to be dropped in your lap. Your paths are going to cross without you even knowing it. So, yeah. So we'll just wait and see what happens from here. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that, and I'm speaking on your behalf and reading between the lines of your message and that, but it's because I know you so well. And I know you would have been ignoring your intuition. And I know that's what you would have been trying to say while you were typing your message, because I know you so well. So I paraphrased and spoke on your behalf, reading between the lines, but it's because I know you. You can correct me if I'm wrong, and I will admit if I've made the mistake in assuming I knew what you were trying to say in your sleep state. But yeah, so, oh my God, so this is one leap forward for you, girl. And we'll just see what happens. Rising from here. We're in the year of the Phoenix anyway. This is the year of the Phoenix rising, when everything that is dark and evil and sinister and hiding in the shadows and bad for us as individuals, as a nation, as a planet, gets burnt to the ground so that we can all rise up into the new. And luckily for you and I, like I said, Phoenix is the totem we're born with. So, and because we rule regeneration and resurrection and all that, so we're used to it. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so glad I did that reading. And thank you so much for not being upset with me that I made it live. As you know, I didn't give anything away. But I'm so glad that I, in turn, trusted my intuition and followed that dream, because God would have been saying, do it this way and watch the results. So, yay! Honestly, it's been over 20 years since I've done my reading. My original cards, they're all frayed and like all buckled and bent and huckety, which is a Māori word, huckety. When something's huckety, it's like, it's all like, like if a bicycle had bent wheels, the bike would be huckety. It would. How do you explain huckety? Like I can't. How do you explain huckety? Like a car with no doors and rust and like popped tires and not at its best, but in a way that's like unusable or, yeah, hakari. But my cards are all hakari, but they're at my Narcs dungeon, my ex-Narcs dungeon. So I bought a new pack for like £2 a few weeks ago. And then I blessed them, because you know I'm a reverend now, and then cleansed them at my altar, and yeah, oh my God. So, well, I haven't lost my touch. So, well, that's good. I mean, I'll probably never do another one ever again until I'm ready to teach the younglings at the school. So, oh, I can't wait. I'm excited for you, because this is a huge leap forward from any of the other readings or any of the other sessions that we've had in the past. I can't wait to hear from you now. So sleep faster and then hurry up and get back to me. I'll speak to you soon. Love you. Bye. Mwah.